Luxury with the drowning Midas touch. Well, very few places in India can make you eat humble pie the way Gurugram can in the National Capital Region. Part of Haryana administratively, but just an hour and a half away from the Parliament and the National Capital. On a usual day, a spell of rain like today can mean the travel time could double, with roads turning into lakes that your Google Maps never warn you of. Gated societies, tall towers that can boast of luxury. And when we speak of luxury, Gurugram has in fact surpassed Mumbai in the premium segment. Only problem, parts of Gurgaon specialize in drowning or inundation, depends upon the extent of rainfall. And of course, the election season is just round the corner. Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP have high stakes. Why do we have high stakes? Let's just look at the 2019 Assembly election results. BJP won 40 seats, Congress 31, while JJP won 10. And let's just look at the recently held Lok Sabha elections, where BJP has been quite on a setback. BJP managed to win 5 seats, while Congress won 5 seats. In 2019, BJP had won all 10 seats. So while battle lines are drawn, Congress, in fact, is welcoming Vinay Fogart and Bajrang Punia into their fold, who are also likely to contest the polls. But what about voters? I'm being joined at this point by Arun Yadav, who's a spokesperson for BJP Haryana, Dr. Pooja Tripathi, who's a spokesperson for Congress, and I'm also being joined by Anu Lall at this point, who's a citizen activist. Let me just start straight with Anu Lall at this point. Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening to all of you. But Miss Anu Lall, you have been going quite viral, and hopefully at least viral videos will make the political leaders to listen up to what people in Gurugram have to speak, because votes at least till now have really not mattered. But Miss Anu Lall, in your trademark style, if I have to ask you, what do you make out of what's happened today in Gurugram? Give us in your trademark style, what would be your answer in your andaz?
Trademark style. Thanks a lot for having me over. This seems like what I keep saying. I've become the drain girl rather than the dream girl. This is a phenomena that's recurring. It happens every year, and it takes us by surprise every year, because we just don't prepare for it. Gurgaon rains, and you started the show with the political note. This is true for Aapki Delhi ho, whether it's BJP's Gurgaon or it is Congress's Bangalore. The state of every Indian city is actually pretty much the same. We are all drowning, and we have to address the elephant in the room, which is actually corruption. Why is nobody talking about it? The leakages that you see on the roads are actually leakages from our systems. We have ample resources. A lot of money is spent on drains and on cleaning drains, on town and country planning, but nothing seems to show up. The question we need to ask all our political parties is, where is our money going? One. The second question we need to ask our bureaucracy, that you guys prepare for 3-4 years for your UPSC exams. Why not just prepare for 4 months for these rains? Yahan problem is not of competency, the problem is of niyat. If the niyat is right, if the intention is right, we will see change in our cities. And really, the third question, this is really taxpayers' money down the drain. There is no drain, there are no drains in our cities. Literally, this is taxpayers' money getting siphoned off. Why are we not getting corruption center stage? Why are we not really addressing the elephant in the room, which is that our money is getting siphoned off?
But tell me something, and it's interesting that we are talking about this now, because this is also the election season. Elections are when leaders at least come to their voters to ask for votes. But do your votes count, Anu Lall? That's what I'm asking as a voter.
Urban
when you
Indian
travel the streets of Gurugram,
count.
which today is completely in the... Why do you say that?
Sorry, There was a little lag in your voice. Sorry to cut you short.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Urban.
Like, we have an audio lag. Why do you
Urban
say that
Indian-
urban Indian voters don't count?
Urban Indian voters are just to pay taxes, nothing else. Urban Indian voters ka vote doesn't count. You vote whichever party, whether it is BJP or AAP or Congress. You're not going to get the state that we really should be getting. And the reason for that is we really don't count. Our numbers are
Okay.
not much. We are a handful of people.
Okay, Arun Yadav and Dr. Pooja Tripathi are waiting. Allow me exactly 2 minutes before I come to both of you as well. My colleague Nikhil is right now at the luxury capital of the national capital. Nikhil, how beautiful does it look around you? Nikhil, if you can hear me. Nikhil, your mic is mute. You can unmute yourself, please. Okay. Should we move on? We have a technical issue with Nikhil. Should we move on? All right. I believe Nikhil joins us at this point. Nikhil, how beautiful is it around you in the luxury capital of the national capital?
Sneha. Yes. Sneha. So, Sneha, currently we are reporting from outside the sector 46, which is one of the posh locality in the Gurugram city. And on one side, there is Unitech Cyber Park, which is office to many companies. On another side is the massive traffic congestion, which is going to be seen, where people, especially the commuters, the office goers, they are the ones who are facing the brunt. Many of the people are facing the problem. Cab services are not working properly, and this is in just few hours of rainfall. And Sneha, this is not the first time when such kind of things are being reported. Such kind of situation has been witnessed here in the Gurugram city. In the past few years, we have been covering the same things, but as you have rightly mentioned, the leaders, especially the MPs, MLAs, they appear to be unbothered with the same, because each and every year the story repeats itself. And a while back, we reported from few of the important patches here in the Gurugram city. Many of the places are completely filled with water, although since last hours the rainfall activity has not taken place, so gradually the water levels have receded. But the traffic congestion is something which continues to take place. So this is right outside the sector 46, the prominent location, posh location, and you can see these people are stuck for minutes now. For half an hour, all of these people have stuck, and there is no movement whatsoever. We cannot see any of the deployment of the Gurugram traffic police.
I have my panelists with you. I'm really sorry. I'm going to cut you short, Nikhil. I apologize for that, but I have to give time to our panelists as well. Really sorry for this. Thank you so much for showing us that picture on the ground. Arun Yadav, straight to you. I hope you don't stay in Gurugram, but there are others who stay, and they are the people who are going to be voting for you as well. What's the plan of action? You don't have much time.
Thank you so much, Sneha, for inviting me on your debate. And I would like to tell you, I stay in Gurgaon only. And where Nikhil is reporting, I stay very close to that place as well. So see, to understand what is happening in Gurgaon, it was completely a mess. And it is like an unplanned city which... Are you able to hear me? Sneha, can you hear me?
Yes, I was just taken aback with the word, it was a complete mess.
Yes, it was a...
But please go ahead.
The mess which you are seeing, it was earlier a complete mess. Because like Gurgaon has grown leaps and bounds in a very short span of time. And in Gurgaon, it's a complete unplanned city. How it has grown, like if you look at Chandigarh, if you look at for some extent Noida, they are kind of planned cities, but Gurgaon is not like that. So if we go in the history, and to take Anu's point, I will not go into history in blaming like Congress did not do that or BJP is doing this. But
आप तो
absolutely,
चले
we
गए हैं
understand.
वहां पे. You've already taken that path. But चलिए आप बोलिए, खत्म कीजिए सर.
नहीं, मैं खत्म यही कहना चाहता हूँ that is what I want to say. See, Gurugram, what was Gurugram before BJP came to power in 2014? What is Gurugram now? It is a complete changeover which has been done. Yes, of course, more things have to be
Okay,
done,
hold
which
your
we would
thought
be.
there. I will not respond to this. I will not even allow Congress to respond to this. The person who's going to respond to you is Anu Lall. Anu Lall, I give you exactly 1 minute to respond to what the BJP has spoken, and then I will to the Congress. So Anu Lall, it's to you first. What the BJP panelist has said right now.
BJP has been in power for the last 10 years. The city has grown exponentially, right? There is a whole department of town and country planning जो हमारे taxpayers के पैसे से salaries लेते हैं. Where are these people? And this is not just for BJP in Gurgaon. This is also for AAP in Delhi. There is a whole department which is supposed to work. Why are they not working? Where is the bureaucracy that is supposed to work? You know, where are the town and country planners?
And
Where are
Anu Lall,
the
very
engineers
quickly,
who are
how will you
supposed to lay down
respond
the drains?
to what Arun Yadav has said? I mean,
Gurgaon
we
was a
often say
mess.
we politicize issues. Of
Gurgaon's
course, there's
always
politics
been
at the
like
heart
this.
of it, Anu Lall. But let me just quickly finish this question. Mr. Arun is saying that there's been a huge change over in the level of mess from what it used to be to what is it? 30 seconds. Could you want to respond? And then I'll go to Dr. Pooja Tripathi.
Yes, the flooding in the number of areas has increased a lot. Yes, there has been a change. The water level has increased a lot more. Yes, our car insurance premiums have been hiked because the water comes flooding every year. So yes, there has been that change. We are paying more money as tax. We are paying more money for the drains. We are paying more money for car insurance premiums, which are now covered under the flooding. So yes, that's the change. He's right.
Okay. I have to go to Dr. Pooja Tripathi as well. Anu Lall, please hold your thought because you will also have to respond to Dr. Pooja Tripathi. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, again, as I said, I'm not going to be responding to you. I will not allow the BJP to respond to you either. Anu Lall is going to be responding to you as a citizen person. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, the government right now is different, but the elections are there. It's right there, you're to thick of it. Yeah. What has the Congress done? What can the Congress do? And I do hope you live in Gurugram because unfortunately, Arun Yadav had to do a very tough job of defending Gurugram's performance even though he's there.
Neha, no, I don't live in Gurugram. And the moment I received the topic for the today, I've been reading about Gurugram. And I remember Deep Karna, the Make My Trip CEO, saying that Gurugram is a suburb on steroids. What he meant was, it's the most erratic, unplanned millennial city, the moniker millennial city. And then beyond the opulence, beyond the veneer of opulence lies the basic infrastructural deficits. Ms. Lal was mentioning about the flooding. We see every 100 meters there are potholes, that roads are not traversable. There's a system of wastage disposal. There's no proper plan maintained in the city. There's no public transport, no healthcare facilities. The Greenpeace and Air Visual recommends that Gurgaon occupies the top position when it comes to the most polluted city. Also, it doesn't come anywhere in the close to 100 top cities in the Swachhata mission. Gurugram is completely in shambles, and I'm really sure the whole credit goes to us. Arunji is taking the Bharatiya Janata Party. They have messed up the city multifold. They have messed up the whole city that was an IT hub, that is a representation of an aspirational India. They just left the cities. I just read that the House Owners Association have decided to field their candidates because
but
they are there.
BJP
So,
has Congress did nothing when they were in power. उस समय भी floods होते थे, उस समय भी potholes थे. You still have them. Anu Lall is saying the levels have only increased, but it was still the same. Parties come and go. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, you may not really be in power, but did you hold them to account? Did the Congress hold them to account? Did they come down on the streets and say that the monsoon season is going to be here, the rainfall season is going to be here, hi, we want the potholes filled, we want the drains to be cleaned? We see them in Gurugram. Maybe we missed it. Did you see them?
Of course, the Congress has been protesting the missing MP Rao in the Jeet Singh also occupies a ministerial berth and who could not do anything, could not extend the metro to another 100 meters. The Congress has been protesting for the closure of the toll plaza at Kharki Deola. The Congress has been on ground. Raj Babbar, even after being defeated in the local election, is there in Gurgaon, raising up issues of the apathy of the administration, the apathy of the civic bodies, and that I think that's what an opposition does, and I'm sure when the wheels churn.
No, but Dr. Pooja Tripathi, we're just asking because the rainfall season came. We didn't see, road roko, rail roko, protests by the Congress saying it's going to be the rain season again, clean up the drains, get the act together. Why are the potholes there? We did not see. So I'm just asking, I mean, you are in the opposition. I know the mandate, we have to question the ruling. Are doing, we asked the BJP the same questions. We are asking you, did you do your role as opposition? Plus, elections are around the corner. What is the promise that you're giving to the people of Gurugram?
I think when elections are around the biggest promise that we can give to Gurugram is that we want to move the apathy in the civic administration. Gurgaon is a sorry state of affairs. Gurgaon needs better political leaders. Saying as a part of a political party, Gurgaon needs better political leaders to represent them. The whole millennial city that I've been saying, it's to justify that it needs the basics infrastructural facilities, it needs the non-flooding of road, proper drainage system, the traffic management, the urban management. Gurgaon needs to start from the scratch, and I'm sure the incumbent Congress government will definitely do that.
Anu Lall, please respond. And I find it interesting you use the incumbent Congress government, but Anu Lall, please respond to this. As I said, you're going to be the primary respondent.
When I look at Congress and I look at the shows 1 month ago on the same channel when we were holding Congress responsible for what happened in Delhi, the UPSC students died, similar flooding happened there. I mean, what picture are you showing us? Are you showing us a better picture? AAP is showing us a better picture? Or is Congress showing us a better picture of Bangalore? Who is showing us a better picture? Nobody is concerned about urban voters. And this is a big problem that urban voters need to figure out a way ki kaam karna kaise hai, because nobody is willing to work for us. Whether it is AAP in Delhi, we saw what AAP did in Delhi. Every year we see what Congress is doing in Bangalore and what's happening in Mumbai. All cities are getting flooded, and there is a pattern to this, and we need to recognize the pattern, which is apathy of the civic administration, which is not coming by unless we really do something, get together. I think the voters in this country need to get unionized in some way. The income taxpayers need to get unionized in some way. There has to be something done to make our administration look at us. Look at the condition of the city. Whose heads are rolling? Kiski naukri ja rahi hai yahan pe? Nobody is ultimately held accountable for this.
Okay, one minute to Arun Yadav and Dr. Pooja Tripathi. In your manifesto, is flooding, inundation, infrastructure collapse of Gurugram going to be a promise, issue? The fact that you're going to counter it, you're going to streamline it, there are going to be tangible efforts towards it. Is that going to be a promise in your manifesto? Is that something that the party has discussed? Are you aware of it? Is that going to start with that at least? Arun Yadav.
Oh, absolutely. Infrastructure and what development is the topmost priority of our party. And if I talk about Gurgaon in particular, see, you have to understand what happened in Gurgaon. Before 2014, if you allow me 1 minute, I'll just like to say a few things which Anuji has said and
I can
Dr.
give you 30
Pooja
seconds.
said.
I'm sorry, my producer just told me we don't have time. 30 seconds because I have to give Pooja Tripathi 30 seconds, please.
It's only Bharatiya Janata Party who ever thought about doing development in Gurgaon. Otherwise, when Huddas were in the power, Congress was in power, Gurgaon was considered as a Somnath ka mandir and used to take all the revenue of Gurgaon to other parts of Haryana. In our tenure, you see all the flyovers which can be built in Gurgaon. to see underpasses built in Gurgaon. At that time, in Congress time, there was
By
nothing.
the
You
way,
might
that
remember in
also is a big problem. But I don't have time to get into that.
in
Pooja
2000
Tripathi, very
in
quickly, 30
2000
seconds to you.
So Sneha, the manifesto committee for the Vidhan Sabha elections headed by Geeta Bhukkal is meeting the representatives of every district, and we have district-wise plans manifesto in which the apathy in civic administration, the drainage system, the waste disposal system, also the pollution, the issue of pollution is not being talked about by any political party will be there in the manifesto.
Okay. Tal, I know you would give great responses to these. I don't have time. Would 5 seconds do?
We matter. अभी तक तो manifesto बन जाना चाहिए था ना, and we should have figured in that manifesto. The fact that we don't figure in that manifesto, we don't matter. So I think stop kidding yourself and stop kidding us that really urban voters don't matter. Just accept it. At least that will give you some satisfaction and us some satisfaction that we don't expect anything. Sorry to be so pessimistic.
Well, that's the irony, and I hope there will be at least some political party which will break that irony. I call it an irony because that's how voters really are feeling in what is National Capital's luxury hub, and not just the National Capital. It's quite frankly India's. Nonetheless, Arun Yadav, Dr. Pooja Tripathi, as well as Anu Lall, thank you so much for joining us on this discussion. Thank you so much.